Pedestrian fatalities in Texas are climbing, and to stop this trend, TXDOT says we must all do our part to follow the rules of the road and be on the lookout for each other when we walk or drive. Here to talk about it, TXDOT's Jennifer Wright. Hi, Jennifer.
Hi, Mark. Mark, my friend, are you a walker?
Well, you know what, Jennifer, I do walk, but I'm probably one of the very few who walks without wearing headphones or earbuds, you know. Got to pay attention to your surroundings, including traffic.
That's what I want to hear. You know, pedestrian deaths in Texas went up 15% between 2020 and 2021.
And what about El Paso?
Well, in El Paso in 21, there were 158 traffic crashes involving pedestrians, resulting in 15 fatalities and 37 serious injuries. And here's the rub. Though pedestrians are involved in only 1% of the state's traffic crashes, in 21, they made up 19% of all roadway deaths.
You know, it's not hard to understand that a human's no match for a car in a collision, but why is this happening? What are the main factors that contribute to pedestrian crashes?
Well, the number one contributing factor is pedestrians not yielding the right-of-way to vehicles and being struck when crossing streets and highways. But when you pair that with driver inattention and driving too fast, avoiding a pedestrian making the fatal mistake of stepping into traffic becomes nearly impossible. Lower on the list is drivers failing to yield the right-of-way to pedestrians, including at intersections and crosswalks.
Now, what about driving under the influence or even walking under the influence?
That is also a big issue. Alcohol impairment in driver and/or pedestrian was reported in 25% of all fatal pedestrian crashes.
So what else do the statistics say, Jennifer?
Most fatal pedestrian crashes occur in urban areas, involve men, and happen away from an intersection. In 2021, 70% of pedestrian fatalities occurred in an urban area. Men accounted for 72% of pedestrian fatalities, and 86% of pedestrian deaths did not occur at an intersection. So we're talking about mid-block crossings or crossing a busy highway.
All right, what can pedestrians do to stay safe?
Well, always use sidewalks. If there is no sidewalk, walk on the left side of the road facing oncoming traffic. Follow all traffic signals and cross the street only at intersections and crosswalks. Look left, look right, then look left again before crossing, and make eye contact with drivers before crossing. Don't assume traffic will stop for you. Be aware that parked cars or other obstacles can block your view of oncoming traffic. When walking, put away electronic devices like my friend Mark that take your eyes and ears off the road. Be visible, especially at night. Carry a flashlight and wear light reflective clothing.
All right, now let's turn this around. What can drivers do to help keep pedestrians safe?
Well, reduce your speed when approaching crosswalks and stop for pedestrians. Yield the right-of-way and double check for pedestrians when turning. Be careful when passing stopped buses or other vehicles. Avoid distractions and put your phone away so you're always prepared if pedestrians enter your path. Obey the speed limit and drive to conditions. Well, also to highlight the need for greater pedestrian safety awareness, we're deploying highly visible walking billboards, which are people wearing these sandwich boards, in high traffic areas to remind drivers and pedestrians why it's important to follow the rules of the road and watch out for each other. Watch for them Sunday downtown and Monday by UTEP and at Dyer and Fairbanks.
All right, let's get to some of the highlights of next week's closures.
Absolutely. I-10 will be closed in both directions next week, Sunday through Tuesday nights westbound and Sunday through Thursday nights eastbound from Trans Mountain to Vinton, as crews continue work placing temporary traffic control and preparing for long-term lane shifts on the freeway on the I-10 widening project. Also, Thursday night, I-10 will close westbound at Red to Artcraft starting at 9. Daytime lane closures 1,000 feet at a time between Vinton and Red Road will be in place as crews continue to work removing existing pavement along the inside shoulder. Loop 375 will be closed overnight in both directions Sunday through Thursday starting at 9, northbound at Zaragoza, southbound at Vista del Sol. And watch out for the usual guardrail and maintenance closures happening all over town. And remember to move over or slow down when you see an official vehicle or tow truck on the shoulder. It's the law.
Jennifer Wright with TXDOT. As always, thank you so much.
Thank you, Mark.